just went to town to pick up a delivery of rolls of fiberglass, which are like 140 pounds each, 5 rolls, and a big tank of fiberglass resin that's like 450 pounds. And it takes like 6 guys to move this stuff, and I just get them to put it down and go away so that I can load it into the boat by myself. Now, people often say to me, "Dude, why are you moving it by yourself? You're just gonna hurt yourself. What do you, planning an early retirement in like cripple zone?" Here's the thing: it takes 6 guys to move it because they're sloppy, and I don't want to move things with someone who's sloppy. So, say you've got a thing like this, and you put it on top of a spine. Like a human spine, like this, and the spine is directly lined up under it. You can hold like half a ton of weight, like literally, like 1,000 pounds on that without getting hurt. Now, I'm not saying do that, but if you have your spine here and the weight is out here, the amount of pressure that ends up on your spine and pulling on the muscles here is so much more than if the weight's centered over your spine, which is why people get hurt when they're lifting things and moving things and they're sloppy, or when they're moving things and lifting things with someone else who's not in tune. So like if 2 people are holding something like this, you have to line up your feet so you sway in the same direction all the time. Because if I'm swaying this way and the other person's swaying that way, you have you're fighting each other, and you end up like twisting your pulling back muscles and stuff like that. Anyway, that's why I almost never move things with someone. Occasionally, I'll work with someone enough that we'll get the cooperation together to be able to move things together more efficiently. But generally, I like to move everything by myself because it is safer. It's not more dangerous. Let me illustrate. Okay, right here, I've got a 140-ish pound roll of fiberglass. And when most people see me do this, they freak out and try to help and start shoving things around, and it gets so much harder than if I just do it myself. Now, anyone who goes to the weight room probably knows what clean and jerk is. That's not just a weight room thing. That's something that came from, an actual real-life exercise that people would do on a daily basis. So I'm not actually going to clean and jerk this because I don't want to put it up on my shoulder. But a lot of the same principles apply. Just like to do it safely, you just have to keep yourself lined up with the thing, keep the weight centered over your spine as much as possible. When you get it over your shoulder, just kind of lean a little bit, and the weight will be on your spine for the most part. You still have to use some stabilizing muscles, but if you just use your body as if it's this machine and you understand the physics, you can move really heavy things without getting hurt and without putting wear on your body that adds up. Alright, now watch me kill myself. No. Alright, so see, first I just got it up, lifted with my knees, not my back, got it up on one arm that was close to the center of my body, which means it's close to where my spine is, and then just get it lifted up, straight up the rest of the way, and now it's almost resting right on the top of my spine, like on my back there. It's partly on my shoulder and partly sitting right on my back, and I can walk around like this all day. I can actually lift something 3 times this heavy without getting hurt. I can't really talk while I'm doing it, but like something like this is nothing, if you lift it correctly. Alright, here's a different situation. I've got another roll of fiberglass, same weight, but it's longer, and I can't quite get my hands around the sides to clean and jerk it, so I'll do this. Alright, a couple things. One, you don't have to be maxing out on weight to hurt yourself. So, this is a lot less weight that I can handle, but I still use the right lifting techniques, do it with my knees and keep the weight centered and everything. And the other thing I always do is I'll alternate left side to right side. So I just lifted the last thing on my right, I'll lift this one on my left. My left is a little clumsier, but not by much because I alternate a lot. There, and I just keep the weight centered on my spine, and it's easy to move. So, in a nutshell, if you don't want to get hurt moving stuff, know what you can do, know your limits, gradually increase your weight. Don't presume you can just come out off the couch and lift a 200-pound whatever. And don't take for granted that other people's help will actually be helpful. And the most common injury I see in people is when they're moving something by themselves and someone else sees it, rushes over to come help, and the person moving the thing, who's doing completely fine, starts getting thrown off balance, panicking, and this person is coming and moving and shifting the weight on them, and then they end up pulling a back muscle. So don't feel bad by saying to someone, when you're carrying something, just get away from me right now. Your health is more important than their feelings. And after the fact, you can explain it to them. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude, just I was lifting the thing and I had it balanced, and I didn't want to mess it up and get hurt, so I'm sorry I snapped at you or whatever. But seriously, so many people get hurt because they're trying to be culturally kind or something. But your health is more important than any of that. So, yeah, the end. Alright, I'm going to go move the rest of these by myself so I can concentrate and not get hurt. So, get out of here! It's much better to put the effort into doing the thing than it is to put the effort into recovering from the thing.